sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, that was that's it, and then we are switching back to the studio. And the glow na kasa so sir, for the purpose of this interview, no, obe introduce ho kakra bia ma na afi ye de atoaso.
Me the Reverend Andrew Ampofo. Me say I'm not new to the media terrain, and I'm here with my able right hand man.
The
most popular Dennis Kwekimo.
Sportsman.
The sportsman. The controversial sportsman.
Or controversial too much. Last time I called her or something. Now
then grow for me head now me catch us over bre. I mean, and these are people that have pioneered the sports media industry for a very long time, and they've made the name for themselves,
right,
when it comes to television and radio,
right.
But we are always behind pushing them, making sure that whatever they do are properly done. Sometimes why they're careful, you're all behind pushing them, you will not notice us.
Of course,
you rather notice them than us.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, because
there's a reason why you don't want a camera.
Or no, or Kabi Binas, and most of the times, or Kabi Binas, Onyana, the media picks it up, say, okay, we are going to interrogate this guy on whatever he said. We are going to take legal suits and things. We are the people behind who make sure, say, those things, either we win or it doesn't come into fruition. So, whatever happens, we are always the bridge. We bridge the gap.
Yes, so so we will go back a cry. So the passion to start a media firm, where did it come from? Is it from your upbringing, and I say it's something that you were just born to do?
Media in itself, my passion is with the gospel ministry, and whoever knows me. I heard you mention Bola Ray. We're all in the same school. I mean, Bola was the entertainment prefect at the time. I became the chapel prefect when they left. So Bola, I know him very well, and he also does. Because of my passion for religious things, I think that is what introduced me.
I
think that is what introduced or developed my passion for these media things, because growing up as a young boy, I saw great preachers coming up, evolving in our country, in Ghana. So I was like, I read a book called The God's Generals. I don't know if...
I've not read it. I've not read it.
It is...
Why not Troy and I am God's Generals?
He's a popular man. I follow him. I always listen to him, his name is gone out of memory. I don't know if it's because of this interview. That's why it's gone. But I know him very well. I mention his name most of the times. And I saw the way he chronicled the lives of God's end-time generals in their days, starting from the 19th century all through to the 21st century. And I was like, I took so much keen interest in it.
Right.
So I decided that, okay, somebody has been able to chronicle the lives of these great men, and those of us in our days have the privilege of reading some of these things. And who tells the story about our generation? The preachers. So I was like, what I'm saying transcends to way back in school when I was in Accra Academy.
Okay.
So I took it upon myself that, okay, now this upcoming or these generals in our days, I was going to chronicle their lives.
Right.
I was going to take time, invest into their ministry, take their videos, their audios, whatever I can lay hands on, follow them closely, so that at least if I'm giving an account of those people, I can give a better account of them. Some of them don't even know that I was chronicling their lives.
Wow.
Some of them know, but the most important thing is getting the documentations right.
Right. So did you have a specific target? Say, we have style.
in everything that we do, we have style.
Right.
And I looked out for a particular style. So it is not every pastor I will chronicle. Because there are some of them who do not
chronicle no breso 7 I can.
Oh yeah. It is not every pastor that have maybe the flair or the kind of style that I'm looking
that you
for.
are looking for.
So if you don't fall within those categories, I mean, you take a person like Reverend Studianaba, way back in the 90s. Way back in the 90s, there was nobody in Accra Academy from 1994 right to 1997, whoever passed through Accra Academy, when he needs a message on Reverend Studianaba, who wouldn't contact me. And
so some passion, this is secondary school time. Like,
yes.
What two was there? Like, what's that passion coming from?
I don't know, but I just developed a love for the man because I was actually taught by one of his friends, Reverend Steve Mensah. They are twins, Steve and Stanley, from Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry. So that man, whatever he did in the classroom whilst he was teaching us, I think that is what developed my passion for these things. And I'm so thankful to.
He's the only person, Isudaraba is the only person Mehuna ma walking up to him and greet. I've met so many celebrities. They don't fancy. It's for some reason. My name is Brad and I'm sad. What's the day? I'm so then I started heading over there. And I'm so like I went and I agreed. Nishiano a moi, a turtle mall. You know, Columbus, and he's the only person that I have met. Like, you know, when people say you are starstruck, he's the only person that I met. I felt that way.
You know, there is one secret about every human being. People carry spirits, different kinds of spirits. There are spirits that attract. They could be very heavy, but they are attractive. When if you've ever been around Reverend Studianaba, he has that kind of gift. You can easily get attracted to him. I don't know if it's because of his style or it's just because of the grace, but I think that thing is very unique of him.
Yeah, he's
very unique.
And he prayed for us too.
That is something you never miss from him.
Yeah, he prayed for us too.
That's something you never miss from him.
So let's do. So when you decided to chronicle the lives of this great man, no?
So there were pastors that I took on board: Ajinasari, Archbishop Charles Ajinasari, Reverend Ebenezer Markwe, Living Streams, Reverend Takia Boy, Dagi Ward Mills, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Studianaba, Reverend Steve Mensah. And you know, interestingly, just what's up anyway? But he doesn't belong to the category of yes. Okay. So I'm not saying he's not a pastor.
Oh yeah, of course.
But he
now per specific style.
Yes. Like Ransford or Being, Victor Say, Family Chapel. I mean, you know, these are people that fell. And then may his soul rest in peace, somebody who sponsored me through my secondary education, Jubilee Christian Ministries International, Bishop Bob Hodgson, the late Bishop Bob Hodgson. Yeah, he impacted my life so much.
Nice. So let me look at it. All this time, I was secondary school. You are trying to do this, chronicle the lives of these great men. That is a great job. I don't know what will motivate a young man to do that, but whatever you get a motivation from, that is good. Let's look at from Hono, or the Kuremu or tertiary. And I say, you just decided, say, I mean, how did it work?
Anyone that worked with me knows that I have passion for these things. And I can't do away without those things. Wherever I am, I just register that instantly. So right after secondary, tertiary, I continued. But right after tertiary, my dad was also the youth pastor of Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry.
That's all it's off about.
Oh, yeah. So he immediately set me in the move to do something for the church.
All right.
So I entered into the media of the church, that is CEM, and that even helped whatever I had started before. And then for just a few years, I came across one great man of God. He's a father, Reverend Clement Anchaba, who is the associate of Reverend Andrew Ampofo then. And he said, I've witnessed whatever you are doing for SEM and the way you people are managing the media. I would like you to come and help Fountain Gate as a church and the ministry of Reverend Andrew Ampofo. And I said, okay.
Oh, so you actually went there?
Oh,
you are not playing?
No. And there is no record of Reverend Eastwood that I don't have. And everybody knows that.
Right.
And when I got in to handle their media too, I brought in a lot of guys. I trained them. And when I was leaving, at the time when I was about leaving, those guys were doing a great job.
Wow.
So there are a lot of them who are there who are actually my product, who are continuing from me.
Oh, that's what I was to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Bible says, a good man leaveth an inheritance. So,
Right. You can only give what you have.
Oh, yeah.
What you don't have, you cannot give. You know, I appreciate you for that.
And you know, one interesting thing is when I was in a chamber and hall. You know how Ghana chamber and hall. A pioneer sanity, you know. And my hall had records. Dennis will tell you. I had parked this Udim Chobox na Ediko school.
Oh, of course.
I had about
because boarding house my whole life.
Good. I had about 30 or more, which had piano encore, cassette, video cassette, VHS, no, and it's a tape we say, no, cassettes, no. I have them. I still have them, and I had them. So many of a lot of the preachers.
Now, yes, I never win. Was the goal say that actually be me media firm until this is I need records Anna?
Yes, because I had always loved journalism. And you see, one thing that people don't know is every preacher is a journalist. Every preacher is a journalist. When we talk of journalism, what is journalism? It is assessing the situation, gathering the information, analyzing the information, and putting it across. Right. That will sound right. That will be a perfect definition for journalism. And what's the role of a pastor? It's virtually the same. The only thing is the journalist, the one who has maybe classified himself as a journalist will not pray that much as me, the pastor, I will pray. But at the end of the day, we all go... different spec. So, you see... Into the same thing.
Right.
Okay, Psalm 68 verse 11. Bible says, great were the company of those that published it. That is the King James Version. And or the bad the amplified version. Or say, great were the women who echoed. Nature say radio no. Those days, you know, a man on a radio man. So what I said, so the medium of communication, you know, into who study the style and in the we say crowd, the ministry of Jesus now. Anytime be a person cross near course, you know, the farm so the women were actually the carriers. Like now we have gadgets, we have equipment that are the carriers of the message. Right. In those days it was women. So if even Bible is calling those people that make the public as great, then it means that media is also powerful, a very powerful tool.
It is a very powerful tool.
And when you read about the book I was talking to you about God's General, all the great men of God that broke through were people that dealt directly with media. It was a revolution that had to do with media challenge.
Right.
Like you are here, you have Revolt TV. You saw Andy Glow TV. Andy Glow TV is less than 5 months. You know of that. And look at what's happening. Now, I don't know if your standard is mine, but my standard is Netflix.
Right.
Because Netflix has a very solid and powerful platform.
Right.
So my standard is to do better than Netflix. But I'm just a small media house coming from a poor country like Ghana. I wouldn't say Ghana is rich. Comparing to
it's
America.
not. It's not.
Yeah, a poor country like Ghana. And, you know, a lot of resources is required. And to do something like this here in the U.S., you can tell, you know what you're
Of course.
I'm telling you,
It's not easy.
It's a heavy
we
investment.
don't even have to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
The investment part.
But you know, there's one thing that my father has been saying, Reverend Charles Akrufi, he says that, look, I see the passion and that's the most important thing. And you know how I started this television thing? I bought just one camera. That camera was used just for a year and it was also donated to a church here in the US. Can you imagine this? And that camera was also bought on credit.
So let's get in there. I saw HSTV. Is it HSTV?
Yeah, HSTV.
HSTV. So what is it about it? HSTV, though, what's the target audience? What is it trying to do?
HSTV simply means Health and Safety Television.
Right.
And at the time when I wanted to hand over the media work in Fountain Gate Chapel, because by then I was given a mandate by Reverend Clementine Chaba to put Reverend Institute on radio, television, and other social platforms. As at the time when I was handing over, I mean, all those things had been fulfilled. So I needed to move forward. So I wanted to get into television. I was not so much interested in radio because I had friends who had radio and I didn't like the frustration. That goes with radio. Yeah. So I wanted television because one way or the other, if I get any frustration in television as to broadcasting, I know where to use because one, I'm also a software engineer, right, and I'm a Cisco professional as well. So I know a lot of things that has to do with networking. So I was like, okay, I want to do this, but I don't have the money, but I have some equipment. So I was thinking, how do I get this thing done? And by the grace of God, I handled Reverend Institute's media for some time. So I knew exactly how to get a lot of things done without money. So as I was thinking, then someone just gave me a call that there is these people who want to set up a TV station and maybe go and see them and see if you could partner with them. So quickly I went and lo and behold, it was my boss. Wow. I mean, Professor Ajima Mbedo Akosa. Yeah. He and his brother too was my very close friend. So they were like, we want to put this TV station across. So I said, okay, who are the people? And he and one Joseph Boateng. If I don't mention his name well, he'll kill you. I'll have a problem. He says nobody, Ghanaians don't know how to mention the name Joseph. So he prefers Joe. So Joe Srebo Boateng. So he said, well, we've almost started. If you want to partner us, you are welcome to our platform. So I said, well, I'm interested. And, I just want to thank them for the opportunity they gave me. They provided the money. I had this.
The brain.
So we put them together, and here we are.
So with that partnership, how was it like? Is it like managerial? Is it like partnership? How did it work?
Partnership started as marketing the product.
Okay.
So like we are partnering you. We want you to partner us, market the product. We are going to dwell on this man, Dennis Moore, because he was out there, used his face to attract. So when Dennis came on board, we were able to bring other people like Stéphane Lecousson, who is also, you know him.
Of course, I know him.
Stéphane. And Stéphane too was actually my schoolmate.
Oh, okay.
And then Ebel Ofori, Samuel Fosuhine. If I don't mention Samuel Fosuhine, I'm a dead man. He's just in California. He's just, I'm 6 hours driving. I'm dead. So Samuel Fosuhine and some great guys. I mean, great guys. Ebel Ofori, Muftau. Muftau was part of my team.
So you were recruiting all these guys on.
I was just recruiting these people. And
you were like a magnet.
Oh yeah. And when I brought these people on board, I just communicated my vision to them and what Professor Ajumabedu Akosa and Joe Boateng wanted us to achieve. So we scripted everything about the TV station. It was an executive meeting between Joe Boateng, myself, and then Prof. We scripted a lot of things together, and then they decided that, okay, you handle the sports. That is me. You handle the sports. Make sure you develop it well. Get things in place. Let's set the momentum. Let's get our voice heard. Because by then you had stations like UTV, you had Adom TV, you had GH1, and you were coming to compete with these people from the grassroots. I mean, you should, and they are, they had the monies and they were recruiting,
big sharks,
the big sharks, yes, and you didn't have the money. So what were you going to do? What were you going to do?
Brace at work.
Yes.
Going to brace,
I'm telling you, not easy. I mean, we had to think. I had to think a lot, because we needed solutions, and it was a heavy investment. Television in Ghana, my brother. I know what we faced in Ghana, and I know what I'm facing here. Here, I'm standing alone, but there, I mean,
you had a team.
I'm telling you.
Solid one, too.
Yes, but it was also not easy. I mean, the cost. That's why sometimes if I see some of these churches and individuals who have been able to set up television stations and it's been running smoothly for all these years, I'm amazed. I'm like, wow.
How did they do it?
How did they do it? Because sometimes the financial, I mean, my brother, sometimes sponsorship crop will cry. Obi bet ma be ye advert. Obi bet ma born in yama. Sikano so Emma. You have the bills to pay. We were haggling on GBC, and GBC will not tell you, my friend, Sika we there, there chow. And I say next month, one for my travel station.
Oh, so hold on, line free.
Oh yeah.
How does that work?
It's an arrangement.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
It's an arrangement.
Okay.
So yeah, we were virtually on GBC platform. Everything we were on GBC. Yeah.
That's nice that you don't have to really go to you don't have to really go to any you kind of say processes, BI, FCC, A4. So if you can actually have somebody that have it, I think that's the best way to go.
Ghana is blessed. GBC is a big and huge platform, but I don't know what is wrong with our national station. I don't know. I can't tell.
A friend of mine,
I just don't want to venture.
Yeah, but a friend of mine in that space told me that GBC have machines and equipment than any media house in Ghana.
I don't want to exaggerate, but the capacity of GBC. No, you just take all the TV stations, all the top presenters, everyone, take away GIJ, study their lifestyle. Where do they pick all their styles and things from? GBC.
From GBC, yeah.
All the generals, GBC. I mean, GBC, when it comes to media in Ghana, GBC, that's it. When you take GBC, you can't take any other station. I mean, GBC is on top. I don't know what happens there. I really can't tell. But, well, it is our baby. We still need to nurture
it. Of course.
In the future.
You see, I don't know if the government, if GBC is for profit there. Sometimes government set businesses and they set it for certain business sake, not to look for profit, but to create employment and the information. I don't know if for profit there, because looking at the things that they have and the volume that they put out, I don't know.
GBC has a lot of things, but I think one problem too is bureaucracy. And it was not set up to make profit. So I don't know how they generate money, because I am not so much.
I think there's a government budget for GBC.
I don't know.
I know that.
Because I know they are always screaming for money. I know they are always screaming for money, but I don't know how they generate their money. I don't know whether it's through adverts or I don't know. I really can't tell, but I just don't want to.
So let me yeah,
GBC.
I know. So let's look into this. What are the challenges opening a TV? Like you did it in Ghana, you are trying to do it in the US. What is the challenges opening a TV in Ghana?
Resources. Everything about television is very expensive. My brother, just imagine you are buying one camera for over $10,000. And if I want to set up a TV station, I can't use just ordinary cameras.
Yeah.
There are specific cameras that you need.
Right, TV cameras.
And if you want a quality camera, it will cost you more than $10,000 for just a camera. You come to software. You come to mixers, good mixer. You come to lighting. You come to sound. I mean, it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy.
It's not. So let's say I want to go to Ghana right now and start a TV station, like premium TV station. How much will you estimate that I have to be able to? Equipment wise, I'm not talking about licensing and all that. Setup.
You need about $1 million or more.
$1 million or more.
Or more.
Really?
Yeah. The people that have been able to set up television, they don't say it. My brother, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. If you really
just for setup.
If you really want to do good television in Ghana, it's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Wow.
For here, you can get some of the things on credit. In Ghana, nobody will credit you.
Cash and carry.
In fact, some pastor friends of mine wanted to do this media thing in their churches. Some of them, I give them quotation and they are like, I didn't know what things are. And I tell them, even the kitwa, it goes against me. Sometimes they don't understand. I pick up quarrels with them. Sometimes some of them, I mean, but I don't think about that because I know it's because they don't understand exactly
the landscape.
What it is. But and say, okay, camera is camera. I don't know, camera.
Right.
But I will not look at that.
Right.
I'll consider a lot of things before I know what kind of equipment to give to you to use in your broadcast.
Into with HSTV, you know, how partner for how long? Or are you still in it?
We started and we are still here. Yeah, we are still here. So
when did they start? When did the HSTV?
We started about 7 years ago. Yes, and I always say that Andy Glow Television is just an extension of HSTV. Because when you go on our platforms, you see that a lot of programs are HSTV. So when you see HSTV, it's actually the extended version of. When you see Andy Glow TV, it's just an extension of
HSTV.
Yes, of
that's really good because the people that you have solid people. Professor Bedo Akusa, Nebara, you know, having all these great men around you, a solid team.
And do you know the brain work person behind HSTV? Joseph Cerebral Boateng. I mean, he's the brain. He develops everything. Even the sports. I remember the first time Dennis and myself, we put the sports proposal across. He just sat and said, that was all. Before he came, he had developed the whole sporting thing into something else. We went in with tidbits and our usual sports program.
Of course.
He came back and said, no, we can't be just ordinary. Let's develop this into talent development where we chronicle children that have talents and we want them to develop. We did a lot of work. There were some that, Dennis, there was this guy we brought on board, and before we know, we just did one broadcast of him, and BBC picked him up. Dennis, what's his name? I'm trying to.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yes. And there were a lot of, and then we have we have talent development. We have Dennis.
So all these were fused into the sports show.
The sports show by Joseph Serebo Boateng.
He was trying to do something extraordinary.
Something extraordinary. And you see, our sports show is not like the other sports shows on TV. So it is very expensive to do our sports show. Very. And this is
when you say expensive, what you mean?
Expensive because this is why I want to say thank you to my dad, Reverend Charles Akrufi, as well. Because every dime came from his pocket. If we had to do documentary lifestyle, the first time we came to the US was to do a documentary lifestyle. You know documentary lifestyle?
Yeah, I do.
To
chronicle somebody,
a star, a footballer, a boxer, a Ghanaian boxer, a Ghanaian footballer. Maybe he's in the US. He needs to sponsor our plane ticket, our stay, our feeding, everything, including whoever we are coming to
interview.
So
who did you start with?
Oh, we've done a lot. We've done Ali Jara. We've done Reverend Osei Kofi. We've done Audu Isaka. We've done Bashiru Gambo. We've done, but
National Access.
Oh yeah. We've done Joseph Awinyonga. He's a young chap coming. We've done. We have so many. I mean, the list goes on.
That's great. That's great.
And interestingly, here from now till December, we have some documentary lifestyles to release. It will amaze you.
Nice.
There are a lot of Ghanaian stars hiding in Columbus here. I never knew until I started the project.
Yeah, that's
I
a
never
lot.
knew.
Yeah.
Some of them we get to and I'm like, are you in this state? And they're like, yeah, we are here. When you get here, you have to know what road to pass.
Right.
So, I mean.
So looking at doing TV in Ghana and doing TV in the US, what's the difference?
Somebody said US is the land of opportunities. And I side with them. It was more stressful doing television and programs in Ghana than in the US. I don't know why it is so, but US have crafted their system such that it supports everybody.
Capitalism.
Okay, it supports everybody. And there are people who are around to support your work. In Ghana, nobody cares.
But Ghana, when your resources more, you get a lot of people to help you. How you be a man more?
But one will say, ahano unyo be a man more, but it's a land of opportunities.
Right.
Before I came into the system, I was looking at. I sat down with Dennis and our general manager Kojon Kansan, and I hope you know Kojon.
Yeah, I know Kojon Kansan.
Yeah, the former manager for Kasapa, and he was also with that. He was also the general manager before at HSTV. I sat down with them and I'm like, we need to do this in the US. How do we do it? So we shared ideas, extensive ones. So when we came here, we already knew what to do and what to put in place. So we just came in and structured ourselves and began. And we started with nothing. And when I say we started with nothing, I mean nothing. Everything you see us use here, we got them from here.
Right.
We got them from here. And it's my experience, it's been, I don't know if it's because of the years of the things that we've gone through in Ghana that has thrown more light into how to get things done here better than in Ghana. So it's been easier doing Andiglo TV from here than
if we say Ghana can be tougher for you to do.
Very, very tough. Because I have no metal equipment. That's a costing me say be $5,000. And stressing me to say metal equipment to Ghana $5,000. Look at the exchange rate. It's now 15 Ghana cedi per dollar.
Right.
How much CDs do I need to gather to buy a very good equipment? Now make an answer to but who system way more?
But it seems like you get all these things. Like you get the the equipment. Sometimes you get them on credit and all that.
Yes.
You know, but it's hard to get people to actually do the job.
You say the human resource here in America is a challenge.
Right.
I don't want to go through that stress.
Right.
I told you the other day,
right.
Maybe I'm a drone and I am stressing me home. Age-wise, age is a disadvantage. Aside that, there are a lot of things that surrounds us. That, I mean, if you are not careful, combining the two, the ministry and media, if you are not careful, you get distracted.
Break down.
So I really don't worry myself about it. So I just import the people. I import my people. That's why you see all my guys are here. My guys are here, and we are all doing the media job.
Right.
I imported them because we had this in mind to do it. So they have to be here. Those who started with me, those who struggled with me, those who were with me through the thick and thin, they are all here. I brought all of them.
That's really great because resources
and they paid nothing. They paid nothing, including Dennis himself. They paid nothing.
That's a hallmark of a great leader. You take care of your people.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's because
a leader is one that gives, not the one that
receives. Yeah. That is. I'm gonna put that quote down. Leader is one that gives, not that one that takes. Right. Okay. So looking at the cultural differences between AHA and Ghana now. Are you tailoring your shows or your content towards the people here, the Ghanaians living here, and I say BIA is going to everybody in its site?
That is one thing that we are also still discussing because we are looking at it. If we want a wider market, if we want to focus on Ghana, we are going to limit ourselves. We are going to limit ourselves. But and if you also want to satisfy everyone, a lot needs to be done.
Right.
I'm telling you. In as much as I'm saying it's easier here than Ghana, doesn't mean everything is rosy.
Right.
The stress of even developing programs. So I'm here to contact Joseph Serebo because he's the mastermind behind those. He's able to carve programs easily. And, it's not easy because at a time we were dealing with just American style. Right. Then somebody walked to us and said, my brother, you just can't focus on only American things. You are a Ghanaian TV station in America. We want you to inculcate the Ghanaian culture into the system. So I said, the challenge I'm going to have here is our people. The little thing you do when they see you rising, they come in with copyright issues. I hope you know that.
Right. Of course.
When you are struggling, nobody sees it.
But I'm telling you, like that, you can play music. You can do this. You can. Sometimes you cannot even. It's just ridiculous.
They don't have any problem you starting, but when they see that you are,
getting bigger.
They think you are making money.
Yeah.
They want to take from you.
Right.
So I told my guys in Ghana that okay, now we are going to do things in a radical way. Let's get the thing started. Start working on the copyright issues. Because in as much as we want to project, we are projecting the culture of America. Right. We're also Ghanaians. We need to project
of course, our own. Culture. Yeah, of course.
Though we know a time will come when we become bigger where these things will come up. Before these things do come up, start working on it.
Right.
We are also doing our best here. So we'll meet ourselves
halfway, yeah. Regardless of what happens.
Man, we project next kind of bomb where I can pay those things.
Yeah, you pay it off. Yeah. I mean, it makes more sense, and that is the good.
Now, what visit the platform now?
Oh, I haven't. Oh, my phone is not here. I went on there. I saw this man. I'm like, what is he doing here?
Interestingly, yesterday we wanted to access our views, and we realized that we had a lot of views on the sports than any other program.
Right.
So we said, I was telling him that that is where our authority is.
That's the analytics.
Yes. So why don't we rather do more of the sports and just lower on the other things in the start. So maybe you see more of the sports very soon.
We have to see more of it. We have to, because I believe in great things and I like beautiful stuff. I don't know if you know.
But how do you assess it?
I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think it's beautiful. And I know one thing. I've dealt with an app before. I built a very beautiful app. That was a streaming platform. So I had music side and I had the video side. It was beautiful. My problem became how the service to keep this, because the files, like 4K videos, these videos were heavy. Like the service to, like I couldn't, so I just ran it down. I couldn't do it, but I loved it. It was my baby. I called it Revolt Africa. It was beautiful. You know, the songs. We did it for upcoming musicians. So there's going to be a solely platform for upcoming musicians. Just put their songs on, and people were putting their songs on it. People were putting their songs on it. And then I realized that the volume, I couldn't contain the volume because I needed a lot of money to maintain this. I'm trying to sell it out to somebody. I'm not getting nobody. I'm dead broke trying to run it, so I just had to run it down. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about.
So you know the investment that I've brought.
I know.
The investment.
I know.
A young Ghanaian preacher, media man in the US doing something like this. Financially, I don't pay me family account.
But you know, this thing, no, it's a passion, especially media houses in the US now. You put in a lot of money, you'll be lucky if it come back.
I'm not, just like I said from the beginning, it's a passion.
Right.
I'm not thinking about money.
Right.
But I'm thinking about projecting Ghana. Who tells the story?
Somebody has to.
How is it told? Is it told right? Or is told
anyhow?
And you know something about communication. In communication, there can be exaggeration, there can be lies, there can be twistness. So let us get the right people. Put the right information out there.
Right.
And that is proper journalism.
You are right on that. You're proper journalism. You're right on that. And it has to be done by the right people.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be done by the right people.
So if you think so much about money, this thing will collapse along the way.
Yeah,
because it's so much involving.
It's capital intensive.
Yeah.
And because it's capital intensive, you can also keep taking money from the home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep taking money from the home.
The family needs to dwell on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You are going to do a project. You take money from the house. You put it into this thing. Guess what? No money comes back. The next month you go put another money, and then they tell you, oh, nah, when you get this one, you get the range that you need. Okay, another money. You put it, and the woman is looking at you like, man, what are you doing?
Some of these things you don't normally have to discuss with them because they will never agree to it, to see money going out. So what you do is just follow your passion. And you see, I'm a chartered accountant by profession.
Right.
But how long did I use my accountancy certificate? But my passion for media, I am where I am today by the grace of God because of journalism. Let's put the ministry aside because ministry oversees everything. So, of course. But I am where I am today by the grace of God because of journalism. If you do the things selflessly, driven with passion, commitment, and do you know that Dennis and all these guys I'm mentioning, some of them are lawyers, some of them are doctors, some of them, and they are following me.
It's just a passion.
And I don't pay them a dime. But they are still following me.
So wow. So let me ask this. At what point did the military thing came in?
I don't want to go into that. I've been advised not to say that.
Okay. No problem. I just, because, most of the time, the only reason why I was asking that is the discipline, the commitment, the perseverance, the determination that comes with that profession.
No.
Sometimes it's what drives us to
It
do
will
what we do.
shock you to know that I got that from Fountain Gate Chapel, Reverend Clement Anchaba. These were people. This is a man that tasked me to run Fountain Gate Media without finances. I got angry at times. I'm like, how can this man treat me this way? If I had known this question would have come up, I would have brought you the letter that was given to me. To set up the media, do all this, get Reverend Istu's message across the world.
With no finances.
With no finances. And in the letter, it was stated that I have to find finances to do it. And I was like, am I a magician?
You're not.
How am I going to do this? And at a point, I got angry at my father, Reverend Clement Anchaba. Oh, there were times, he could call me or not. I didn't know he was training me for today. And if this thing about Andy Glow is successful, it's because of Reverend Clement Anchaba. The discipline.
He pushed you.
He pushed me. I remember at a point, I went for a loan from Gifty Afenida's bank. And I had bought some equipment to start television. And I was using it on Fountain Gate project. And then I had an issue with my father, Reverend Clement. I got angry and I left the church. I left the media things. And the bank came to carry everything because I couldn't pay.
Oh, really? They are not playing.
I bought a transmitter. I bought everything.
The bank is not playing.
I'm telling you, they came to carry everything.
Oh, goodness.
I was left with nothing.
Wow.
And I had to start again. But you see, through it all, because of the discipline, the commitment, and the way Reverend Clement Anchaba wanted me to achieve,
right,
with nothing, he got me to think to produce results with nothing. Then I was not happy. I thought he was doing something bad to me.
But
now,
what do you think he was trying to achieve, though?
I don't know. I really can't tell to that. But whatever he did, whatever he wanted to achieve,
he achieved it.
That is where I am today.
Right.
And that is why you're also talking about Andy Glow Television.
Right.
And you know, the first time I posted Andy Glow Television on my Facebook page, I saw people commenting, oh, so now we know this is the vision. You see?
Right.
But nobody knows that Reverend Clement Anchaba drove me to where I am today.
Right.
And I'm grateful to him.
Hey, wherever he is.
I'm grateful.
Wherever he is. Say, thank you, Papa.
He's the pastor for Gate Pastures, Fountain Gate. Hilltop. And I love him. He's a good man.
He is.
There were a lot of things I didn't understand him.
Yeah.
But now, my brother.
So is it Penino Binyo Bida? You know, when you were a kid, you think you are smart. You think you're smarter than all these people because the experience counts a lot.
You know, I remember one time he was on the pulpit and something was to be done and I didn't do it well. So I got angry and I was going. And then he called me. When he called me, I said to the people around me, I was not, I said, Daddy, from me, I'm call. Then I saw Dinah Hoopson. You know Dinah Hoopson?
Yeah, Hoopson, yeah.
The former musician.
Kill me.
Yeah. She walked to me and said, also for why then I'll be me say, oh, daddy, daddy, mommy. And some daddy, I can't daddy, you know. I didn't say 17, but the way all my broke me call. Then she said something to me. She said, I dear now, oh, no. And your pastor na ho yama no. O yama posterity. Nya o document ya to ho no. Se intre mane ba no mutie anaso mu hu bia no mu sesa. You also get the credit in heaven.
Right.
That thing Dinah Hoopson told me changed my perspective. The way I saw things, the way I handled the media, and I was still doing it. The
same thing. You do me, I do you.
You do me, I do you. Meet me in Fankoye. Reverend Clementine Chabantino made a yomo.
I mean, it's good. They know when the money comes.
Oh,
Definitely they are.
In
America.
Yeah.
Of course. And then
Miss
Vidi be transport.
It is all private master. Dennis.
So, I mean, it seems that the goal is clear. It seems the plan is clear.
Yeah.
Times are challenging. We are in challenging times, and doing ministry and doing media at the same time. No? How do you balance it?
Ministry is a calling. Journalism is a passion.
Right.
These are two separate things. But they go hand in hand. And I told you that every pastor is actually a journalist. Just that it depends on how you see it. So it doesn't ease so much. It doesn't exert so much pressure on me because I have Dennis. Most of the things you see, Dennis handles them. When it comes to letter writing, Dennis will write it. It will go to Samuel Fosuhene. He will review it, and finally it will come to me to see if everything is okay. If something needs to be done, Dennis will bring it up. I'll think through it. I'll discuss it with my dad, Reverend Charles Akrofi, and then when he gives the go-ahead, that's it.
So this is basically like a family business.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I'm saying family is because you're all like a family running this together.
Yes. Because nobody gets paid.
Right.
At the end of the day, nobody gets paid. But we are still achieving. Sometimes in Crawford to me, I say, how do these guys survive? One day, I hear somebody told Dennis that, what are you going to get following this man? He doesn't pay you. What are you going to get? What do you see about this man that
pushes you to follow him?
That pushes you. And look at the other guys. They are lawyers. They are doctors. They are bank managers. And they are following me. I don't pay them. But with time, he knows it's worth it.
Oh, yeah,
I was told, he called the person back and told him and asked him, do you remember what you asked me?
Yeah, you saying this to me.
You saying this to me. And the gentleman said yes. He said, okay.
Now it's worth it.
Now it's worth it.
Wow. Like I don't know how I'm even gonna say this, but it's been great. You know, it's been great. And me personally, I say this all the time, that if I don't do this, I'll become like Jonah in the Bible.
Minya, you are doing great. That is why I want to support you. You know, you are live on all our platforms. Live on Andiglo TV. You are live on our social media platforms. You are live.
Thank you.
I mean, when we came here and we saw your effort, I was like, Dennis, this is America. You see the guy, he's doing well. Nana, congratulations. Because I know how it feels like. But Niniramuno is better than your crew.
Right.
Niniramuno is better than your crew. So we need to make sure we get established well here so that we could go back and give to them. If we don't give back to our people, it's of no essence. I'm helping you because I know you're my brother, and I want you to stand so that when you stand together, we can give back to our people.
And you know what you just said, and it's like a prophecy right now to me, because the same thing I feel like I'm doing is what you are also doing. Because sometimes I don't know how we are able to make this happen, but for some reason, we will go through.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, for some reason, you know, I really appreciate your words, and I think go here, Charlie. But it is worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Posterity, like you said, posterity will judge all of us. The work that we are doing, and we don't do for ourselves, we do for God. And a lot of great men, and that is one of the reasons why we are doing this. A lot of great men in our society that want to do a lot of things, but they don't even have the people to reach them, you know. And this is the reason why the media also come in, and you hold this side, I hold this side, and then we all move together. From radio in the so sometimes we get carried away, we say certain things we are not supposed to say, and that's why you guys are behind, you know, watching, and then you should correct us when we go wrong, and Ebamo na asem so amomwa because he am wanti.
Yeah,
you the man na offer to us bibia kawa. Also for thanks for coming. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you for coming, and we will take it from the flip side. If you could have a review. Over 4 hours.
I just want to make sure this thing you are able to achieve it. My catch almost someone to massage and akubam and to we are Monday almost starting to trim because
thank you very much.
Honored to be on your platform.
Yeah, I am too.
It's such a big platform. I don't want to take it for granted. And thank God that you are doing this thing. We are just praying, hoping, say you achieve the purpose and the reason for doing this. I'm telling you, you are selling Revolt.
Thank you.
You are selling.
Thank you.
You go big.
Amen.
You have a future.
Amen. But that's it. That's it. Thank you very much. CEO of Glow TV. You've done well. Mr. Moore, I really wanted to talk to you about Blasters, but I'm fat. So Elder Boama is also here, so Elder Boama will take the seat. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you for coming. My regards to the whole family.